y'all ready for this one, because today I'm going to talk my shit. Simple as that. Y'all sit back, get your popcorn, and tune in, because it's about to go down.
Hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, y'all? Y'all already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. For this video here, I'm going to be dropping that 100% real spill. Y'all going to be able to notice the difference in the posture in my voice. The way I break it down and let y'all know. Y'all going to be like, oh, shit. Here he goes. He bringing out that real deal. He keeping that shit 100. And I ain't even want to do this video. This video literally just came up and I decided to drop it. I decided to speak on it and decided to put it out there. All right? I'm going to be speaking on why people have problems inside of prison. All right? The whole reason why people can't make it through prison. A lot of people can, but majority can't. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. All right? And the reason for that is, I'd say 85 to 90% people act like bitches. All right? Yeah, y'all heard it. Bitches. They got whole mentalities. All right? As far as a dude being locked up, when they're incarcerated, they carry themselves like a bitch. And the reason I say that is, I don't mean like they walk around like this and all that flabby, sassy shit. I mean as far as their actions, the way they are, okay? They gossip, all right? Sit here gossiping back and forth behind different people's backs and shit. And the next thing you know, word goes over here. That bro was saying something about him. Then he gets flipped over that. People can't keep their mouth closed, all right? It's kind of like the opposite nowadays of, you know, like how it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, you know, there was actual code. There was like an inmate code to where everyone knew, man, you a man, man, keep your head up at all times, and you keep your mouth closed and you handle your business. Nowadays, people don't do that shit, okay? It's like the whole world's totally different nowadays. You know, back in the day, everyone was against snitches and against chomos, people who had charges on with kids underage and all this different shit. Nowadays, they idolize that shit. Like 6ix9ine made that shit cool or something, you know what I'm saying? But where I come from, that shit ain't cool, you know what I'm saying? And the more and more people, you know, agree with that type of stuff or condoning that type of shit, the more and more leaning towards it to where you're like that. You understand? And when you're in prison and you keep your mouth closed and you just carry your time like the man you're supposed to be, because you're obviously in a male prison, you won't have as many problems as you would, okay? Literally, you won't. You feel me? And if someone decides to like bring that pressure to you or you know, or put your name in some bullshit and it gets back to you, you're on the opposite side now. You're not the one spreading it and talking shit or whatever. You're not the one gossiping. You're the one that people are gossiping about. Then you got to do what you have to do as a man also. You understand? You have to stand on your own 2 feet, and you got to, you know, you got to bring that pressure to them. You know, on the streets, it's a whole lot different than it is up the road. See, on the streets, people do that gossiping shit all the time, 24/7, because the world is so big. You feel me? And not only is the world so big, is you have 101 things already on your plate to do. You feel me? So when people are gossiping about you, you ain't got time to jump up and worry about what he say, she's saying, and all that different shit. Especially if you're getting money. You know what I'm saying? Now in the chain gang, you have nothing but time. You have nothing but time, and your life and, you know, your reputation is right there on a plate your whole time you're incarcerated. So when someone does that gossip and shit like that, you have to address it. You have to, you know, apply that pressure. Otherwise, it looks some type of way on you. You get what I'm saying? And I know how it feels to be gossiped about. You feel me? When it comes to this YouTube shit, I'm like the fountain of youth. You know what I'm saying? To all these other, you know what I'm saying? Like my name pops up in a lot of people's mouths. You feel me? I'm like the fountain of youth. You feel me? When people ain't got no content and people want something to talk about, they talk about KFROG. KFROG don't talk about other people. You feel me? I don't gossip like females. You know what I'm saying? I don't like doing shit like that. I've seen a lot of people in prison get their ass flipped behind that bullshit. Literally. You find out this dude right here, you know, done said one thing about this other guy. So you go tell your homeboy, bro, guess what such and such just said, bro? What? Nah, he said that dude over there, bro, be fucking with boys. Nah, now he go to work at the chow hall. He tells someone there, oh boy, I heard such and such. Well, no, where that? Word get around. Next thing you know, someone coming after you. And a lot of people that do that gossip and shit on the streets, you feel me? They weren't like that in prison. If they were, they was like a mouse, like a rat. They was low key, you know. They wasn't all open about it. Like, man, that boy fucking boys, y'all. I don't care what no one say, man. I say it to his face. They weren't doing that. They were like, hey, boy, don't say nothing, dog. You feel me? But I think such and such over there, boy, messing with a booger. You feel me? Don't say nothing, though. You feel me? I'm trying to keep it between me. That's how people carry themselves, you know. So people on the streets, you know, they're more open about it, you know, gossiping and shit, and they think that shit cool. You feel me? Like, that's gangster. That isn't gangster at all. You feel me? Because you didn't make it through prison like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you won't make it through prison like that. You understand? And for the ones who've made it through prison with all that gossiping and he say, she say shit like that, if you literally made it through there like that, then boy, you got lucky. You ain't landed at no type of camp that I've been at. Because like I said, people get flipped behind that shit. And if people learn to just keep their mouth closed and just do their time and worry about themselves, then they got nothing to worry about. Because prison is a place where you're going to see things that your mind isn't supposed to see. You're going to see things that are so like messed up, but it's such reality and common at the moment while you're in there. You feel me? That, you know, it's going to twirl your mind, you know, so you're not supposed to like let it win on you and let it get the best of you. And then you go to telling everybody your business and what everyone's doing and stuff like that, because people get flipped. I'm talking about over the pettiest shit, over the littlest things. I'm talking about as far as a pack of Equal that you know, a sweetener that you put in your drinks and shit. I'm talking about something as small as that, as a mayonnaise pack, ketchup, little things like that. People get flipped over. You know what I'm saying? And it could be to the point to where someone can owe someone some money, and then next thing you know, they tell them, man, I ain't get no money on my books this week, bro. I can't pay you, bro. My bad. You feel me? I got you next week though. And then that person on the other side of the compound's like, all right, fuck it, I'll wait till next week. Not thinking nothing of it. But then someone seen that same dude who say that standing in the canteen line with his homeboy. Now that dude on the other side of the compound gets word that, what you mean? Oh, he ain't pay you? I seen him in line for canteen. I just seen him in line for canteen a couple days ago. What you mean? Now he thinks that dude's lying, when in all reality, all he did was post up in line like this with his homeboy that was hitting the canteen window. But now the other dude thinks he got lied to. You feel me? And then now he'll go oppress the dude, try to rough him up or start some drama with him. And then if they do tell that dude that was in the canteen line, if they do tell him who told them that he was seen in the canteen line, now it's going to reflect on you if you're the one that told them that you seen him in the canteen line. So it's like everyone's pawns. Everyone's just, you know, plays a pawn position. You feel me? If you want to make it through prison, keep your mouth closed. Mind your business. Don't gossip. Don't carry yourself like a female if you're a man, bro. That's simple. Straight up. Your dad, if you got a dad, he ain't raised you like that. Or he wanted you raised like that. And if you don't got a dad, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he ain't as much as a bitch as someone that carries yourself like that. You know, you got to learn how to stand on your own, bro. Straight up. Don't let them knock you off your pivot, and you just mind your business, and you just keep it gangster within yourself. That's it. And if something, you know, gets in your lane, you crash that motherfucker. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, all that gossiping and, you know, running around and, you know, wanting to know everything. We call them people nosy. Okay, being nosy gets your ass hurt. You know what I'm saying? And you know how they say it, snitches get stitches. These days, they don't. These days, bitches idolize them. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the main things people flip inside of prison. They flip snitches. You know what I'm saying? They flip them. They get them from around there. You know, but like I said, that's because you're in prison. You have such a small area to cover, and you have nothing but time. Now, you want any type of drama that comes your way. You feel me? But it's the total opposite on the streets. On the streets, no one wants to snitch near them. No one wants that type of attention. None of that shit. You feel me? And if you end up getting yourself in some shit in prison, 9 times out of 10, you brought it amongst yourself. You feel me? Because everyone knows you're not supposed to gamble. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from the gang shit if you're not a gangbanger. You know, don't be in the police face. Don't be chilling and talking to the guards. Don't be doing none of that shit. You feel me? Mind your business. That's how you make it through prison. Just do your time and go home. Don't let the time do you. All right? People get themselves in debt. Next thing you know, they get their ass flipped, wet up, get out of there, and now the word travels about them from camp to camp that they owe this person, or he got wet up by the GDs, or he crashed one of the Crips, so now he's over here, and then everywhere you go, you could have a problem. Doesn't mean you won't have a problem, and it doesn't mean you will have a problem. It all depends on how your bid is. Everyone's bid is a different roller coaster ride. So I can't sit here and say you're guaranteed to get caught, because that isn't true. Just like you can't say you're guaranteed to get away because you have before. Everyone's trip is totally different. You may did a fucking 10-year bid and it was peaches and cream and you didn't have no problems, no fights, no one tried you, no one put down on you, no one tried to extort you, no one even looked at you sideways. It was just straight sweet time. You can't, and then you got people who done did a year, 2 years that got took up through there. Straight pressure. People try to put down on them, rob them, beat them up, jump them, hit them with locks, you know? And then you can't compare and say, this is what it's like, this is what it's not like, this is what it's not like, this is what it's like. You gotta, everybody's bid is gonna be completely different, okay? And just because you had a good bid the first time, don't mean you always have a good bid. And just because you had a bad bid the first time, doesn't mean you always have a bad one. You understand? And then as long as you know how to stay in your own lane and worry about you, because you got sentenced alone. You came to prison alone. You're going to be leaving alone. As long as you worry about you and you don't worry about what everyone else is doing, don't be gossiping. Don't be keeping people's names in your mouth. Don't be trying to be a little snake and spread word low-key under the radar and shit like that. You should be good. You feel me? Don't be one of them people that try to, you know, they try to team up with a bunch of people who have problems with one person, okay? That's what a lot of people will end up doing, you feel me? I could have problems with someone down there in B-Dorm that isn't affiliated, right? I'm not affiliated, he's not affiliated. Next thing you know, he's got 4 or 5 other people that I don't see eye to eye with, that I ain't really cool with either, teaming up with him. Now there's 5 of them against me. You feel me? That's the same shit that happens like on the streets. You feel me? Look at these YouTube channels. I got like 10 channels that just gossip about Frog all day. Just, you feel me? Then be in my inbox trying to be friendly and shit, and I leave they stupid ass on red. You feel me? I ain't got time to be worrying about no one else. I ain't got time to be worrying about what other people are doing or saying. None of that shit. And it was the same way in prison. Your ass was a baller in prison, boy, be a baller. Your ass was a shit eater, be a shit eater. I don't care. Just keep it away from me. Because you being a shit eater ain't going to reflect on me and make me a shit eater. You understand? Because I'm going to do me regardless. You feel me? And that's what it is. So it's kind of like what Drake says in one of his songs. You know what I'm saying? My enemies want to be friends with my other enemies. I don't let it get to me. That's exactly what it is. When one person's got beef with someone else, or one person don't like someone else, there'll be like 4 other people that person don't see eye to eye with. They all click up, and now they think they got a bigger chance because there's more of them. You get what I'm saying? Straight up. That's what it is. They think they got a bigger chance because there's more of them. But one real nigga is, to me, it means and is worth a lot more than 5, 6 shit eaters. You know what I'm saying? So that shit doesn't really matter, you know? But in prison, when people do stuff like that, when they do try to click up and shit like that, then you have other people that ain't even involved that see it and peep it, and they look at it like that's some shit gossiping. That's some shit, like females would do. Like a bunch of girls on a cheerleading squad. That's what it looks like. It looks like they all get together and they're getting ready to practice their fucking cheers for the night. That's what it looks like. And other people on the outside looking in, look at that shit and look at all 5 or 6 of them same people. Look at all of them like they're shit eaters. Like they look at them like, look at these clowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? And then that's when people on the outside that have nothing to do with it want to put their 2 cents in and be like, oh, y'all 5 shit eaters or y'all 5 soft ass niggas trying to team up against one person. You feel me? And then that's when the one person who's just been cool, calm, and collective about it the whole time, and then ain't really stunting none of them because he knows they ain't gonna bust a fucking grape, couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag, you feel me? So that same person who's been mellow the whole time is gonna have more people backing them than they even know. You understand? Because the people on the outside looking in see a different perspective and they see it from their angle. You get what I'm saying? They're on the outside of the tunnel looking in and they're like, okay, so they think they're hard because now there's 5 or 6 of them teaming up on one. You feel me? But that shit look like some shit you see on TV, bro. Like bitches gossiping, getting together to have a sleepover for a night. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you ain't no one like that, bro, and you don't do that gambling, you don't mess with gays, you don't be in the guard's face, you know, all that shit. As long as you gonna carry yourself and you do your shit the right way, man, you should be good, bro. You shouldn't have no problems. Anyone can make it through prison. Some people's bids are gonna be harder than the others. Some people's bids are gonna be easier. You feel me? But you can't go off of another man's bid. You can't go off of another person's, you know, experience. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say in my videos, yeah, I made it through my prison bid and I held it down my whole time I was in there. Had a banger all the time, cell phones all the time, and no one ever took shit from me. You feel me? Now I'm on the streets. You feel me? Now I'm on the streets, so I don't have to be the hardest person in the world because I know what I'm capable of. You understand? And this is different on the streets. You know what I'm saying? In the chain gang, you ain't got responsibilities. The only responsibilities you have is making it out of there alive. On the streets, boy, you got responsibilities. So you can't let someone who ain't got nothing going on for themselves trick you out your pivot, trick you out your spot. You understand? You just play it cool. You just do what you got to do. And when the time comes, the time comes. You understand? That's the best thing. It isn't about who gets the most money or, you know what I'm saying? It's about who can stay out here the longest. That's basically what it's about. You understand? That's what it is. And it isn't if you get caught doing something you shouldn't be doing. It's when you get caught because, you know, shit works in mysterious ways. So you got to make sure you plan and you peep shit. But all the shit that be going on the streets these days, like that shit since 6ix9ine got caught snitching and all that shit, and people think that shit's cool and all that crazy ass shit, all that stuff, bro, it's a totally different world than prison. That word can't even come up about someone and it be not even true. People will assume and that shit will spread like a fucking forest fire. And then if it don't happen to that person on that camp, word will travel to the next camp they go to and it might not be that lenient. They might be like, all right, you proved you're not a rat over here. You proved you don't mess with boys over here. Or we believe you, even if you didn't prove it. We believe you don't mess with boys. We believe that you didn't have no charges on no young underage kids. We believe that you ain't a tattleteller, you know what I'm saying? So everything will be good. And then next thing you know, you go to another camp, word come over there, and you think because you were good where you just left at, oh, this shit, this nigga, get them from around here, bro. That shit just don't get made up, like real shit, and that's what it is, you feel me? But as long as you worry about yourself and do not worry about others, you should be able to make it through prison, piece of cake. That's simple. Yeah, you might have some people test you here and there. It's prison, what you expect. Straight up, just like when you was in school. When you was in school, you know, there was, you know, you felt like no one try you, bro. When no one try you, walk around, you try people some days, and then sometimes there be some people that out of the blue would try you. And now you got to fight them. Line them up under the 500 building, inside the bathroom, shoot them the fade, catch them behind the chow hall or cafeteria or whatever. You know, like, you know, it's the same shit. It's prison, though, so you got to be on your P's and Q's about it. But this video right here is to let you know the reason why a lot of people don't make it through prison. Everyone makes it through prison, okay? But what I mean by don't make it through prison is I mean don't come out 100% like they held their own. They've been broke some way down the line. They either was put down on, forced to break it off, forced to come home to a gang, or came home to a gang just so they wouldn't get fucked with. And they basically came home to a gang for protection, you know, all that. That's what I mean by making it through prison. All right, because clearly anyone that goes to prison and comes home and they're free, they made it through prison. Yeah, but I'm talking about making it through prison as far as being a man. All right, because if you had to do any of them things that I just mentioned, then you took the bitch route. That's how I look at it. If you had to come home to a gang so people want to try to beat you up or other gangs want to try to put down on you and shit like that, so you came home for protection. Now you're part of a gang, you took the bitch route. And then it's only going to be a matter of time. It don't matter if you've been straight and you've been in that gang for over 15 years. You feel me? You just ain't never came into a situation to where you'd have to curl and now make your gang look bad. You feel me? Because that's the difference. A lot of people will get in the beef with people, and it'll be pie people they're beefing with. People that ain't living like that. People that they know they could beat up, and you know they never had no real pressure. They never had beef with someone that'll literally bring it to them and try to harm them and hurt them violently. You feel me? So since they beat up a couple people, you know, and they were the bully and shit like that, they feel like they living like that. They feel like they know how to fight. They feel like they've been through it all. They ready for whatever until they get into that situation with someone who is living like that, who's really gonna bring that pressure and all this shit. Next thing you know, they curl, and it was never expected of them, but they wasn't expecting to go against someone like that because they never have before. You understand? And that's what happens. And then people will be in gangs for years, wet people up, beat people up, extort people, everything. Be living like that until they get put in a situation with someone that is living like that more. And then that's when it comes to them picking faces. They pick faces, you understand? But if anyone did their bid any type of way that I just said, your ass came home while you was in prison for protection, or you were scared that you weren't going to get no head up, so then you wanted to be a part of something because you swore you were going to get jumped. You let someone extort you. You let someone make you pay them rent. You let people beat you up and bully you. You did people's dishes. You made people's beds. All this shit. If you did anything like that, then you didn't make it through prison. Okay? I didn't do none of that. I made it through prison. You understand? Stood on my own 2 feet. Literally made it through prison. And a lot of people can't say they did that. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, it ain't about who's the hardest inmate. I'm not the hardest inmate by far. There's plenty of people that can whoop me. There's plenty of people out there more gorilla status than me and everything. But there's one thing about me though, and that is that I will not learn until someone shows me. And even if they show me, they got to show me again. They got to show me again. And it's going to be like that. It's like watching the same movie over and over again. You feel me? That's what it is. You know, you ride a bike when you're younger, you fall off that bitch, get all banged up. What do you do next? You get back on that bike and ride that motherfucker again, right? And that's what it is. You feel me? But now that I'm on the streets, I'm more mellow, cool, calm, and collective, and I sit back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a peon, I'm not a shit eater. You understand? So I don't have to prove shit. I don't have to be out here head first and be all over the internet. And then get 5 other fucking clowns of and back me up. I ain't got to do no shit like that. Instead, I stay in my own lane. You understand? Because at the end of the day, can't no one take the way I did my bid from me. You understand? First one with footage in the state of Florida. Facts. You feel me? But like I said, man, as long as you handle yourself and worry about yourself and do not be with that gossip and shit. Don't follow the generations of this today. The people that idolize snitching and think 6ix9ine's cool, and people that are cool with people that got sex charges and different things. Don't follow that, because that is the total opposite of what you would be doing in prison. You want to be allowed to do that in prison. You want to be allowed to hang out with someone like that in prison, because you'll get flipped just like they would. You feel me? But anyway, so this is what this video is about today. You feel me? And I literally just decided to throw this shit together and give it to y'all and drop this shit early in the morning. I didn't even want to wait till later today. I just felt like, you know what, bro? They need to hear it. I'm going to speak on it. All right? But anyways, I appreciate y'all watching this video, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out if you ain't hit it on your way in. Sorry about the tone of my voice. You know, just something about it. This one, you know, I felt like, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I appreciate y'all watching, man. Y'all have a good day. Till next time, this Frog.